Anyways, what's up, y'all? It shows the most that's the most. Jynxzi, we're back in that video. We got Kame, and I call him KA. Jynxzi went from like $0 to a millionaire. It's been a minute since we did these, bro. Last time I think we did what? Black Boy Max. We did Black Boy Max. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. It do be a while and stuff like that. He ain't posting a minute. I'm waiting. I did request he need to do Berleezy, Flight, RDC. He need to go ahead and do he need to do like a lot of other people too. So many other people he need to do too. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow our social medias, go pop on the screen. We're gonna roll to 500 and let's see what's going on with this.
This is the rage-fueled high-stakes gameplay that makes Jynxzi over $100,000 a month. But just a few years ago, he was a broke kid with only $25 in his bank account after spending his last $100 on a new monitor.
I opened my bank account when I was 18. I had $125. I spent $100 on a monitor. I opened my bank account with $25.
So how did he go from that single desperate purchase to becoming one of the fastest growing and highest earning streamers on the planet? This is how Jynxzi went from $0 to millionaire. Now let's go way back to the beginning. Jynxzi, also known as Nicholas Stewart, was born in Odessa, Florida on September 26, 2001. He was raised in a two-parent working class household.
When I grew up, like, you know, money was always tight.
His dad's name is Michael Stewart and his mom's name is Michelle Stewart. Jynxzi also has 3 other siblings, 2 older brothers and a sister. Growing up, Jynxzi was always interested in sports and gaming. He'd been playing video games since he was young as 9 years old. He played soccer around that age as well. And he wasn't an average soccer player. He was playing competitively for a local team called Evergent FC in Florida.
Right there, Jess, that's me! Oh my god, this is my goal. Look at me. Pacey. So pacey.
And Jynxzi play basketball too? I'm confusing him with somebody else. I swear I thought he played basketball.
And those 2 hobbies were Jynxzi's bread and butter outside of school for most of his early life, especially soccer, because he wanted to become a professional soccer player when he got older.
When I was a kid, my dream was always to be like a professional, like, soccer player. That was like my first dream.
As time went on, Jynxzi would enter high school in the fall of 2016. He attended River Ridge High School in Florida, and his life was relatively normal, but his dreams of being a professional soccer player was about to be shattered. While Jynxzi's age mates were reaching the average height for their age, which is 5'4" to 5'9" at the age of 14, Jynxzi was stuck at an underwhelming 4'11" tall.
I was 4'11" when I was 16 years old. I was 4'11"? Yeah, my cousin's right there. He can attest to it. Like, I was like 5 feet tall when I was like 16.
Due to this, he couldn't play soccer at the level he wanted to because people were much taller than him, and even some kids being up to 6'2". So he completely gave up on his soccer dream, focused on his books.
I had like a 3.2 GPA my freshman year, which is like literally a B student, which is good.
That's good, yeah.
And started playing more video games. But Jynxzi wasn't playing video games casually. No. This guy was taking it seriously with a game called Clash Royale.
Boy, this Clash Royale stuff. Boy, this Clash Royale stuff, it ain't no joke. Hold on. Clash Royale will show you all the stuff. Now, need y'all to pay attention. I'm not the best at Clash Royale, but I do be catching dubs and I do be losing some games. Yeah, that's what it is. So far, these are my people on the game. My phone always trying to embarrass somebody when they trying to show off the camera. These are my people so far. I low key need to upgrade all of them low key and stuff like that. But Yeah, you know, I play the game off streams, just off like cameras and stuff like that. I go down.
He fell in love with it.
I would love to play Clash Royale with what's it called, Jynxzi. Like I do a whole stream and play Clash Royale with him, bro. Like dead serious. Because I feel like his cards is way better than my cards. Deadass.
So much so that he started streaming it under the name Nova Nick.
I was streaming when I was 15. I started off streaming Clash Royale. I had like 30, 40 viewers on Clash Royale.
Jynxzi was so good at the game, he went semi-pro, and bro was low-key making bank.
I played that game like semi-professionally. Like when I was in high school, I made like money playing that game.
Really?
Yeah, I was like nasty at that game.
But even though Jynxzi was a nasty player, his grades in school were suffering as he entered sophomore year in 2017.
And then sophomore year, it was like D.
Oh my God.
So I remember in sophomore year, I was just sitting in a desk. It was like my bio, chem, whatever they call it, bioscience, whatever. And I'm just like, yep, never going to college.
No.
Even though Jynxzi hated the idea of school, it seemed like he was trying to find his place in life because for whatever reason, Jynxzi quit Clash Royale and deleted his Twitch page.
Then I like deleted it because I was like focused on like school and soccer or whatever.
Which is unfortunate because it seemed like Jynxzi really had something good going on. It's not every time you start playing a game and you get 30 viewers watching you on Twitch at the beginning of your career. Most people would dream for that opportunity, but it seems like it didn't really bother Jynxzi that much. And by his junior year in 2018, Jynxzi finally grew, as he's now sitting at a height of 5'10", but his passion for soccer was long gone, as he wanted to try something new. Jynxzi's father inspired him to start streaming all over again, because his father saw some clips of streamers at the time like Ninja making millions off of playing Fortnite.
He's like, dude, you could easily do this. Like, you play video games every day.
And he also thought that his son Jynxzi was a good yapper, so he pushed him to try it out. And this was the perfect area to start because Fortnite was booming. So Jynxzi made a new Twitch account under a new name called I Sweat Games.
Hi, what's up, guys? Just went live 5 seconds ago. I'm perspiring low on health. Getting laser to 8 healthier. This might be the end.
But even though other creators like Ninja, Tfue, and Nick Mercs were making it, Jynxzi was
Hey, don't forget Myth too.
having the worst draw of luck because he wasn't really getting anywhere with his content, as he would only get 5 viewers and under. So he decided to pivot to a game called Rainbow Six Siege.
Another?
Stop flashing yourself!
And still no luck. So Jynxzi made the ultimate decision. He scrapped I Sweat Games and deleted it after a year. In January 2019, the middle of Jynxzi's junior year of high school, Jynxzi makes the ultimate move and creates a new Twitch channel under a new name, Jynxzi. He would mostly play Rainbow Six Siege, which seemed like an odd choice because there were many other games Jynxzi could have played if he wanted to grow, as Rainbow Six Siege didn't have as high as a player count like Fortnite, for example, which is a household name. But Jynxzi said, F it, we ball. He kept on playing it, but at the cost of his sanity because he barely got any viewers. In fact, he was averaging 1 to 2 viewers per stream, one in which was Jynxzi's dad. But even if his viewers were low, Jynxzi still had hope in himself.
I always told myself, if I can just get to 5 viewers, I know I'll do good.
Yes.
It was just getting there was really hard.
By May 2019, Jynxzi had reached 100 Twitch followers, but his average viewer count wasn't going up. People were following him, but they didn't really care to stick for long. At the beginning of Jynxzi's senior year of high school, in the fall of 2019, he tried to get a job at Publix, a very popular supermarket chain in the USA, but they denied him because his grades were terrible.
I basically said, all right, I'm gonna go work for myself.
But it's a good thing they denied him because he wouldn't have enough time to stream.
If Publix would have accepted my job application, we might never have Jynxzi.
Jynxzi would stream almost every single day, but still no progression. Throughout 2019, Jynxzi was still averaging 1 to 5 viewers. Jynxzi even streamed around 200 times that year. This constant grinding and no progression had Jynxzi desperate to make it.
Yeah, it'd be like that, bro. Ain't got nobody watching your videos. I'm talking about YouTube wisely too. You just keep going and going and going, and eventually you got people commenting on your videos. You got people doing what, like, bro, Oh, for real.
Even though Jynxzi was working hard, people around him thought he was crazy.
Everyone around you, especially when you're starting, people are gonna call you delusional and crazy.
On January 19th, 2020, Jynxzi had made his YouTube channel, but no content was posted on there yet. As he was so locked in with streaming, he didn't really think to diversify. Jynxzi was so focused on streaming that his grades in senior year were terrible. So terrible that if he didn't step up, he wouldn't be able to graduate on time. Jynxzi's guidance counselor was there to help him get back on track, and Jynxzi told her his goals of wanting to become a streamer, which is likely why he had no interest in academics and was failing.
And I sat down with our guidance counselor, and she literally was like, you are basically like delusional. Because I was like, I'm gonna be a streamer, and I told her like, I kind of just want to graduate and be done. She literally said like, there's no chance you could play video game. For me, that like motivated me a lot.
The stark criticism from his counselor motivated Jynxzi, but also had him double thinking things. He was lost and he didn't know what to do. His peers around him were preparing to go to college or had work lined up, but here Jynxzi was still. By April 28th, 2020, Jynxzi was gaining a little bit of traction and surpassed 1,000 followers on Twitch with an average of 10 to 20 viewers per stream. This wasn't much, but it was hope for Jynxzi. It was now June 2020, and even though Jynxzi hated school, he managed to get good enough grades to graduate.
But I wanted to graduate just to make my mom proud. Exactly. Because she wanted me to.
After his graduation, it was crunch time. Jynxzi had no other choice but to lock in.
You go to school. I graduated high school last year, bro. I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber.
While Jynxzi's peers were going to college, he was grinding every single day. Even if barely anybody was watching, Jynxzi treated streaming like a job and showed up consistently. And this habit laid the groundwork for what would happen in the future. It was now the summer of 2020. Jynxzi was taking advantage of all the momentum.
That COVID year, bro. Oh my God. The most. I am in a crazy year. That's all I know, bro. Everybody was in the house that year, bro.
Momentum he had built up. So much so that on July 5th, 2020, Jynxzi got 5,000 Twitch followers. He used to get 20 viewers per stream and it turned to 100. The reason why Jynxzi started to grow more was because he was getting better at Rainbow Six Siege, and the Siege community noticed, tuning in more to his streams. But Jynxzi wasn't just good at the game, he was also funny as hell, as they could relate to him more as a person this way. Jynxzi's fans loved his high energy and rage moments.
Jynxzi landing.
Holy, whoa! What? How does he hit that shot on me, man? You see what I'm saying? By August 17th, 2020, Jynxzi grinded so hard he got 10,000 followers on Twitch, with an average of 100 to 200 viewers per stream. Jynxzi was really doing it, man. Funny enough, this was around the time Jynxzi's peers were entering their freshman year of college. While they were locked in with school, Jynxzi was following his dreams, desperately trying to prove everybody wrong that doubted him. And it was working. On September 15th, 2020, Jynxzi posted his first ever YouTube video. It was titled Jynxzi Rage Compilation Number 1. Jynxzi would start posting on YouTube as it would help him build a dedicated audience outside of Twitch, which was a smart idea because people that didn't have time to watch Jynxzi's streams would watch his YouTube live stream highlights. YouTube is bigger than Twitch and has a better discovery algorithm. YouTube's algorithm pushes videos to a certain audience's interest. It don't matter how big or small you are, as long as you make good content, versus Twitch that only categorizes streamers based off how many viewers they have, with the top streamers usually being prioritized as they get shown on the top of the list, and smaller streamers not really benefiting, no matter how entertaining they are, good at a game, or funny they are. It's like an echo chamber of nothing. YouTube helped Jynxzi get a new audience. By December 2020, Jynxzi had reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And 2 months of grinding later, Jynxzi finally became a Twitch partner on February 1st, 2021. And guess what? Bro didn't even have a proper gaming setup. Guess what he was streaming on?
I got partnered on Twitch, streaming off of my Xbox on a TV, not even a monitor. Like for gaming, you're always supposed to have a monitor.
Which is crazy because bro was averaging 500 viewers on Twitch, and he was still dealing with the struggle setup. With $125 remaining in his bank account, Jynxzi bought a new monitor for $100 after his TV broke, so he was left with $25. Luckily, that first Twitch partner check hit shortly after, and Jynxzi ended up spending his first Twitch check on upgrading his setup. By February 18th, 2021, Jynxzi had surpassed 50,000 Twitch followers, with an average average viewer count of 1,000 to 1,500 people. Jynxzi was making waves. Even though Jynxzi was relatively successful on Twitch, he was still in this weird limbo phase where he was doing this full time to make a living, but he wasn't making enough money where he would have free time for himself, as most of the time he was locked in grinding. On top of that, Jynxzi reached the audience ceiling for Siege. He was one of the biggest players in the game and even had his own charm to commemorate him, but he was stuck playing the same game. This kept Jynxzi slowly growing, but he was stagnating at 1,500 viewers per stream for a year. As that year went by, he surpassed multiple milestones. Jynxzi hit 100,000 Twitch followers on April 6th.
Wait, man, hold on, wait a minute. The Costco brothers? Oh, God. Okay. No, Zay. No, Zay. It was a video on TikTok, bro, that they said, I think somebody had said, yeah, my girl. So they had somebody passed away and they said, oh, sorry for your loss. Boom, 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 boom. Say, because when I saw that, I said, nah, that just messed up, bro. Like, bro, it's either the person was trolling or they was like serious, bro. Like, oh, God.
He surpassed multiple milestones. Jynxzi hit 100,000 Twitch followers on April 6, 2021, 10,000 YouTube subscribers on July 2021, 200K on Twitch, 50K on YouTube, and 300,000 followers on Twitch. Oh, and I forgot, 100,000 on YouTube in late September 2022. There's this thing on YouTube called average view duration and watch time. Average view duration measures the percentage of how many people watched your video throughout, and watch time is the number of hours people spent on your video. So the higher your view duration, the higher your watch time. YouTube wants people to stay on their platform and watch more videos, so your video has to be entertaining to get that high viewer duration and watch time. As with YouTube videos, you can kind of manipulate your content by adding fancy edits and great audio to keep viewers' attention. But streaming is a completely different ballgame. You need personality, and a great one at that fact. Have you guys ever watched a streamer, sat down and thought, why do people watch this guy? They're so boring. Jynxzi did the complete opposite of that. To maintain viewers' attention, he would have high energy streams with lots of trash talking and charisma. There were so many emotions going on in his streams, from laughter to straight chaos and rage. Success and milestones were no joke. But
that boy hit it so hard, bro. His screen started pausing, bro. We'll get to a point of you about to rage and feel like you about to break your stuff, bro. You really got to make a lot of money to start just breaking your stuff and like stuff with controllers. Flight. He breaking them controllers, bro. I understand, son. I mean, they got some games out there that make you break a controller. Cuphead, 2K, 3 vs 3 basketball. Oh, I'm pushing it. Speaking of that, I got April the 2nd will be the day I post my first gaming video. April the 2nd. So everybody mark that down on your calendar. April the 2nd will be the day that we will post our first gaming video.
there was a problem. Like we said before, Jynxzi was still stuck at 1,500 viewers per stream. People would follow and subscribe after one video or stream, but they wouldn't tune in longer than that. But little did Jynxzi know there would be one key random person on the internet that would change his life forever. On December 17th, 2022, Jynxzi reached 400,000 followers on Twitch, and he was still streaming to the same core audience. Then on December 28th, 2022, something crazy happened. Jynxzi woke up with a phone that wouldn't stop buzzing. Confused, Jynxzi opened TikTok and he saw something insane. A random fan account screen recorded and made a clip from his stream the day before. It was Jynxzi opening alpha packs in Rainbow Six, and Jynxzi was getting the same annoying little rubber ducky charm multiple times in a row. Jynxzi was annoyed and he was raging like crazy.
What did I do to deserve this? Another rubber ducky!
But the clip exploded. The video got over 17 million views the first day. Then boom, Jynxzi got 7,000 new followers on Twitch overnight. And when he finally went live the next time, instead of 1,500 views every stream, Jynxzi peaked at over 4,000 live viewers. And this clip blew up his YouTube channel too. By the end of December 2022, Jynxzi had over 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. This was a shocking moment for Jynxzi, but that shock quickly turned into a cold, sharp focus. focus. Jynxzi would later say,
I'm not gonna f this up. I'm gonna go even harder because I finally got like the one chance I wanted. So I sunk like all my time into it because I was like, okay, it's happening now.
Jynxzi thought to himself, dude, if this video could get me this much virality and this many viewers on my stream, what if I did it intentionally and actually locked in? So Jynxzi became a content machine, and he wasn't the only one. Thousands of fan accounts started pumping out Jynxzi's rages, highlights, high energy moments, and even crash outs as clips to post on social media. This became a positive feedback loop that brought more viewers to Jynxzi's stream. This single random moment turned him from a niche competitive gamer into a mainstream Twitch personality. The grind to 1 million on Twitch and YouTube was officially on. But what they don't show you in highlight clips is that when a creator's front end explodes like this, their back end becomes a logistical nightmare. Suddenly you're managing a YouTube channel, a TikTok, a Twitch, and maybe even client accounts all at once, trying to keep everything separate and secure. That's when the real problems start. In fact, we all live a double life online. You've got your personal Instagram, but you also run a burner account, a business account, or maybe you even manage accounts for a—
I need to give me a burner account, low key. But Twitter and Instagram might need to low key give me one of those. Low key might need to make Jynxzi Instagram account. Blueveil Baby got one, and that's me, but Recipe low-key might need one too, so might go ahead and make
The nightmare begins when you switch between them, and suddenly you're hit with that unusual activity flag. You're locked out, wasting time just trying to prove that you're you. That entire headache is something I just don't deal with, because I use Go Login. This isn't just another VPN. Go Login is a special Siege. They were tuning in for him. His personality was the product. So this led to a genius pivot in his personal content. He posted more of his highlight clips, rage moments, and exaggerated reactions on YouTube. And he also re-strategized his formula for TikTok. Jynxzi's fans and clippers were taking his content because it was the easy way for them to go viral and get views. But this came at the detriment for Jynxzi, because when he tried to post his own clips on his personal TikTok, they wouldn't perform well. And this was because there was an endless sea of Jynxzi clips on social media. So the market was saturated. He was basically competing against himself. So Jynxzi stopped doing that. He stopped trying to post his own clips. Instead, Jynxzi started posting behind the scenes real life content. Him getting shoes at the mall, trying on boots, playing golf with his family, or even just making a burrito. These videos would get 10 to 20 million views on TikTok at the time, because it was a side of him that no clipper page could capture. It humanized him and got his personality over to a massive audience outside the Siege community.
They like to see you out of that chair sometimes, out of that streaming chair, and doing something like relatable and real.
Jynxzi also doubled down building a stream community. He made his audience part of the show, reacting to their clips, hosting 1v1s, and keeping up with chat. It made the stream feel like you're hanging out with friends, turning casuals into diehard fans. And Jynxzi also had another unique streaming philosophy and strategy. Inspired by his grandpa, who was a successful restaurant owner, Jynxzi's grandpa's advice was to always have a line leading out the door. He did this by having fewer tables to make the restaurant look packed.
That way, when people are driving by that restaurant on the road, they're like, holy sh*, why is there a gigantic line? So when you give like scarcity, it makes people want something more.
And Jynxzi applied this to streaming. Instead of draining his audience with 12-hour streams, Jynxzi made his streams 4 hours long, which made him leave his audience wanting more. This combination of strategy, community, and personality resulted in an unstoppable wave of growth for Jynxzi. So much so that on January 8th, 2023, Jynxzi hit
but some people just stream for like a long, like it might get to a point. I do might stream 24 hours, a whole 24-hour stream, or a week stream, or a stream. Just
500,000 followers on Twitch, with an average of over 8,000 Twitch viewers. But this didn't stop here. Jynxzi was blowing up like crazy. 600,000, 700,000, 800,000 Twitch followers, and then 400,000 on YouTube. The final milestone of this insane Q1 run came on March 28th, 2023, when Jynxzi hit 900,000 followers on Twitch. He was so close to that 1 million mark. At the peak of Jynxzi's momentum, he made a life-changing move. On March 30th, 2023, he bought $1 million house for himself and his family. He was now a homeowner and about to become the king on Twitch. Suddenly, on April 12th, 2023, Jynxzi officially hit 1 million followers on Twitch.
22!
Dad, I just hit 1 million.
Let's go!
I'm so happy I can't feel my arms.
I can't even feel my arm. What you mean? I would have been like, Dad, you alright? And this man also happy I can't feel my arm, bro. What?
Same time, he became the #1 most subscribed streamer in the world, surpassing Kai Cenat and XQC with over 100,000 active subscribers.
100K! It's still going! What the fuck?
Jynxzi's YouTube continued to explode alongside. He blew past 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, and in early August, Jynxzi hit 900,000 subscribers on YouTube. Bro was locked in, so much so that he blew past 1 million subscribers on YouTube before he knew it.
I'm proud of you, Jynxzi. Been watching for a while. You brought me and my friends back to the game.
Let's go! 1 million!
Don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do in this life. You will do anything you set your mind to!
Anything!
And Jynxzi spoke those words into reality because he set his mind on 2 million Twitch followers, and it happened.
Yeah! 2 million!
In just 5 years, Jynxzi went from nobody to one of the most subscribed streamers in the world, with millions of followers on every platform. He achieved the impossible. Now he had to navigate the harder part, staying on top. Want to know the real difference between creators who blow up and the ones who get stuck? It's not talent, it's having a proven blueprint. For the past 16 years, I've been building and consulting channels that have
I mess with it, but come on.
In the past, a streamer's career lived and died with their main game, but it didn't matter for Jynxzi because when he started playing Rainbow Six Siege, it already had a 70% drop in player activity. Jynxzi's brand wasn't the game, it was his personality. He doubled down on what made him famous, the high energy, authentic chaos. Content like pack openings, turning every stream into a source of meme-worthy moments, and he was consistent, showing up no matter what, opening fan mail.
It's a diaper. There's skid marks.
Yeah, don't send that to my PO box. Don't send that to my PO box. I ain't lying to you. You instantly getting banned for the rest of this year, and then we're gonna do a nice good trial. And you deserve to be banned or not be banned, bro. I promise you, bro. Don't do that.
And even making his audience feel like a part of the show. And the growth didn't slow down. On November 11th, 2023, Jynxzi hit 3 million followers on Twitch with an average of 25,000 viewers. 2023 was a great year for Jynxzi, but 2024 was gonna be even better. He started off the year by expanding his empire. On January 23rd, 2024, he launched the Jynxzi podcast channel, and he brought massive guests like Queso, Moist Critical, Aiden Ross, Sketch, and Sneeko. In that same month, he hit 2 million subscribers on YouTube.
Dude, I'm actually about to cry, bro.
And on January 27th, 2024, he blew past 4 million followers on Twitch with an average viewer count of 70,000. The milestones were just piling up, but obviously he didn't do it alone. He collaborated with other creators like Queso,
Maybe 6'3". Maybe 6'3".
Someone said 6'3" sideways.
Queso needs Wii Fit.
and Sketch.
So like 50-50 on that?
50-50 on what?
Private jet for like a couple days, just so we can go from country to country.
50-50 on a fucking private
Yes.
jet, Jynxzi? What type of money do you think I have? House is rented. Mr. Feast gave me this. I got ripped off on this. I had to sell a shirt. Everything is a facade
Look.
here, bro. You
Okay.
have private jet money.
The clips of these guys dominated everybody's TikTok feed, exposing Jynxzi and his other collaborators' personalities to millions outside the gaming world. So much so that on February 2024, Jynxzi hit a career high of over 179,000 active Twitch subscribers, making him the #1 most watched streamer on Twitch. And his YouTube blew up too, with Jynxzi hitting 3 million subscribers early March 2024. And shortly after that, on March 18th, 2024, Jynxzi hit an all-time peak viewership of over 229,000 people watching him live at one time on Twitch. And by the end of March, he had over 5 million followers on Twitch. This success wouldn't have been possible without Jynxzi's family.
I live with my mom, my brother, my cousin.
They supported him throughout everything.
To me, family's all you really have in life. You can have money or fame or whatever, but at the end of the day, all that really matters is like the people you truly care about. I have my whole life to go off and live by myself, I may as well spend as much time with my mom and dad while I can. Because like when I'm older, they're not going to be around. You know what I mean?
But most importantly, Jynxzi's dad.
As you know, my dad was the guy that was there from the very beginning. You know, when there was like no viewers, when I was like 17 years old and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, my dad was the person who told me to just go for it. And he said, you'd be good at it. To hear that from your dad, it's going to motivate you to chase your dream. I hope your dad believes in you like the same way my dad did, because that's like the greatest boost a kid can have is if their father believes in them.
To show how much Jynxzi appreciated the help and love from his father for getting him where he is today, he bought his dad his dream car, a 2022 Porsche 911 Carrera, which is worth over $100,000.
All right, now come on now. Who made that name up, bro? Nah, I'm just talking about the 911 part. Now that just messed up. Now come on now. You could have put that like a nice good number, a 1999 or a 9099 Carrera. Like, bro.
Are you kidding me? Wow. Yep. Nobody deserves it more. Swear to God.
Thanks, man.
Oh shit. Oh shit. All right, Dad.
Different,
Yeah.
That was the most wholesome thing I've seen all week. W Jynxzi, W Dad. As 2024 kept on progressing, Jynxzi hit 6 million followers on Twitch on July 3rd of that year.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you. 6 million Twitch followers. I love you guys so much, bro.
And on early August, he reached 4 million subscribers on YouTube, and later signed with the legendary Hollywood agency Brostein Entertainment Partners. On December 19th, 2024, the same firm that manages A-list celebrities. 2024 was coming to a close. By 2025, Jynxzi's influence was so massive, he skyrocketed past 7 million followers on Twitch on March 12th, 2025. With such a massive following, Jynxzi's influence made games popular. He returned to the game that started it all, Clash Royale, and single-handedly revived its entire scene. Jynxzi made Clash Royale the most popular it ever been in 3 years. That June, the game's player count jumped by over 8 million, and Jynxzi was getting tons of views off YouTube from his Clash Royale stream highlights. And speaking about views, Jynxzi's most viewed video has over 7.2 million views. YouTube's got this thing called CPM and RPM, which means cost per mil and revenue per mil. CPM is how much money advertisers are willing to pay for your content per 1,000 views. YouTube takes a 45% cut, which turns into RPM, which is how much you get paid per 1,000 views. Jynxzi makes entertainment content, which has an average CPM of $2.74, with YouTube's 45% cut.
Oh, well, he might have the highest now out of Corey. No, well, Corey, Duke, Phantom, and then Playboy Max. I gotta look at back. I gotta look back the list. I got it next time though. I'm gonna look back the list on all my videos that I watch.
His RPM would be $1.51. Now that I just gave you that info, I'll leave you guys to do the math as to how much Jynxzi made off that one video. If you can't do it yourself, don't worry. I explain it later on in the video, so keep watching. Jynxzi's numbers just kept going up. On August 3rd, 2025, he hit 5 million subscribers on YouTube.
Let's go, baby! 5 million subs!
Chat, I'm about to call my dad. Yo, Dad, I just hit 5 million subs on YouTube.
Damn, 5 million?
Yes, sir!
Nice, congrats.
Thank you, Dad.
And by late August 2025, he surpassed 8 million followers on Twitch. Jynxzi had made it to levels only a few people will ever see in their lives. And when asked about his method, Jynxzi said he had no calendar. He just wakes up and thinks about what feels right.
Having like a calendar scares the shit out of me. I like being able to just like kind of do whatever.
Jynxzi isn't competing with anybody else. He's just trying to be better than what he was yesterday.
Be better than you were 24 hours ago, and 24 years from now, you'll be unrecognizable.
While most streamers who get big eventually leave their main game behind, Jynxzi did the exact opposite. He doubled down, transforming Rainbow Six Siege into his own personal industry. Jynxzi became an unofficial ambassador, working directly with Ubisoft on official collaborations and events. He even started hosting massive Rainbow Six Siege tournaments like a $10,000 Xbox tournament in early 2024 that brought in a huge viewership. On March 8th, 2025, he played the Sideman charity match, stepping onto the legendary field at the Wembley Stadium in London. And just 2 months later, on May 16th, 2025, he made another massive move, announcing that he was the chairperson of his own football club, Jynxzi FC, competing in the Kings League World Cup. We're now nearing the end of 2025, and Jynxzi has a combined total of 7.5 million subscribers off of all 4 of his YouTube channels, with an average of 1 to 2 million views per video on his main channel, over 8.5 9.2 million on Twitch with an average viewer count of 35,000 viewers, over 9.2 million on TikTok, over 1.1 million on Instagram, and over 623K on X, aka Twitter. Jynxzi even got multiple awards. In 2023, he got the Best Breakthrough Streamer and Gamer of the Year at the Streamer Awards.
The people goes to Jynxzi.
Jynxzi!
In 2024, Jynxzi won the Best FPS Streamer Award.
And the winner is Jynxzi.
Okay.
Ubisoft even immortalized him in Rainbow Six Siege, releasing an official Jynxzi-themed cosmetic bundle. He was a permanent part of the game itself. All this wasn't possible without Jynxzi's drive and supportive family and friends around him. Having a good and supportive family and friends is a game changer in your success in life. It's not to say that it's impossible if you don't have a good and supportive family unit or friends, but it definitely makes it easier. Jynxzi is one of the most successful creators in the industry, all at the young age of 24, soon to be 25. And he came a long way. He's making millions at this point. That brings me on to my next segment. How much does Jynxzi really make? In this section, we'll be calculating Jynxzi's income sources and his final estimated net worth. Let's start off with where I left you guys off earlier in this video. Jynxzi's most viewed YouTube video and his ad revenue. Jynxzi's most viewed video has over 7.2 million views. YouTube's got this thing called CPM and RPM, which means cost per mil and revenue.
Ain't you just said that? You said that twice.
Per mil. CPM is how much money advertisers are willing to pay for your content per 1,000 views. YouTube takes a 45% cut, which turns into RPM, which is how much you get paid per 1,000 views. Jynxzi makes entertainment content, which has an average CPM of $2.74. With YouTube's 45% cut, his RPM would be $1.51. So with a CPM of $2.74, Jynxzi would have made $19,728 from a 7.2 million viewed video. Obviously, YouTube has to take their 45% cut, so the total revenue Jynxzi takes away is $10,872, which is still a lot of money and genuinely insane when you consider Jynxzi's other content. Now let's combine all of Jynxzi's views and see how much he's made from his YouTube career off of just ad revenue. Currently,
Alright, I think this is what we're gonna live right here, cause the earning and all that's not my business. You know, I ain't no pocket watcher, and that's what it is. See y'all when I see y'all. Lay y'all to the bottom of my heart on the road to 500, and I'm out.